A number of years ago, God gave me a vision of a company that rose up out of nothing and became the greatest company in the world. In that vision, I saw that I was the first one to tell the world about this company, but I was not specifically shown that I was the one who started it. I guess I kind of waited around hoping somebody else would start such a company, thinking that if my vision were true, I would be the master distributor who would begin telling the world about it. In the meantime, the company I was with at the time of my vision took away my income, and since then 2 more companies took away my income also. This was the 4th time in my career that I had my income stolen, and that was when I finally decided to start my own company, because I simply could not bring myself to try for a 5th time of losing my income. As I look back, I believe that God had a purpose in me starting this company, and perhaps it was no accident that I kept being thrown overboard like Jonah in the Bible, who was told to go to the city of Nineveh and call them to repentance, but who took a boat going in the opposite direction until he was thrown overboard and swallowed by a whale. So let me ask each of you a personal question. Do you know your purpose? Why are you alive today? What is God's purpose for your life? I like this quotation. If your ladder is not leaning against the right wall, every step you take just gets you to the wrong place faster. And to get your ladder leaning against the right wall, you must find your mission in life. What is your purpose? And if your purpose is not biblical, if it does not in some way serve God and in some way serve people and make life better for them, then it's dangerous. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but life with the wrong purpose. Do you know why? Because at the end of your life, you will have regrets. At the end of your life, you will realize that you wasted your time, your talent, and your energy. Your purpose for life can only come from God, and you will not find fulfillment until you know your purpose, and you will not know your purpose until you connect your life with God. I don't believe there are any accidents in life. You were introduced to Shop Free Mart for a reason. Sharing the Shop Free Mart vision and products and opportunity with others is a worthwhile purpose. Some of you are not sharing Shop Free Mart with others, and it's not because you don't want to. It's because you think you don't know who to talk to, or you think you don't know where to find your prospects, or you're not sure how to do a presentation, or you're afraid people are going to say no. If you're afraid of being rejected, it's because you are attached to the outcome. Let me share a simple formula that will help you know who to talk to and how to share Shop Free Mart with them, and at the same time, not be attached to the outcome. I want you to imagine that Shop Free Mart is going to pay you $500, not for everyone you recruit, but for everyone you invite to take a look. This, by the way, is called headhunting and is illegal. Otherwise, we might find a way to do it. Remember, this is only imaginary, but it has to be a sincere invitation in order for you to get paid. You have to have a presentation to give them. This could be one of our landing pages or an invitation to this conference call, something like that, where they can get a good overview of our opportunity and products. They don't have to say yes in order for you to get paid, but it has to be a real invitation. You get paid $500 for each invitation with one caveat. You have to invite one person each day before midnight each night. The first day that you miss, that program is never available for you again. So you don't get to use any excuses. It doesn't matter what happens in your circumstances. You have to make at least one invitation each day, 7 days a week. So that's $15,000 a month. But if you ever miss even one day, it doesn't matter the excuse, you're out. So question number 1, would you perform on that agreement? Question number 2, could you perform on that agreement? Do you have the ability? Question number 3, who would you talk to? So we're going to go through a guided visualization. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and think about how you feel when I ask you, who would you talk to? Okay, you're going to get paid $500 for each person you invite, so who would you talk to? Before I ask you for the answer, I'm going to ask you, what did you feel? Did you experience peace, calm, confidence, fun, adventure? If you did, that's what it feels like to be a master network marketer. When I ask you who you would talk to, the answer you may have verbalized is, I would talk to everyone. I'm going to give you an answer that probably speaks to how you felt. The real answer is you wouldn't talk to everyone. The real answer is you would talk to anyone. A professional does not talk to everyone. Why? Because it's unprofessional. And if you only need to talk to one person a day, you have all kinds of opportunities, so you are at peace. You never panic. You never feel like you need to get someone in. You know that all you need to do is invite, and everything else falls into place. So if all you need to do is invite, what would you say to someone? This answer may surprise you, but it doesn't really matter. It's really hard to say the wrong thing to the right person when timing is right. Getting someone at the right time is what gets them to take a look. If it's the wrong time in their life, they just can't hear you because they're too overwhelmed with what's going on in their life right now. So the real answer to what you would say is probably, I don't really know what I would say, but it doesn't really matter. You would simply say whatever you're inspired to say. I'm not saying that training is not important. Training and practice will improve your results, but there is no training that equals rolling up your sleeves and doing it. You can't help but get better with practice. 90% of what's important is seeing yourself doing it with peace, power, freedom, and authenticity. The last question to ask yourself is, what would you do if people said no? You're getting paid $500 for each invitation. Notice your feelings. Who are you going to talk to? What are you going to say to them? How are you going to feel if they say no? So what? I'm getting paid $500, right? These are the feelings that you need to get to. If you can do that, and you can do one invitation every day without fail, you will become a master network marketer. And the way you do that is to just talk to anyone the same as you would if Shop Free Mart were paying you $500 for each person you talk to. Here's the formula of what you can expect from one invitation a day, 7 days a week. This is called a ratio. And of course, it will be different for everyone. One invitation a day with the peace and power and authenticity that you would have if you were getting paid $500 per invitation will result in 2 presentations a week. That may not be true in the beginning, but if you continue with the formula, it will eventually be true, because in the 12th week, you're going to be doing presentations for people that absolutely told you no in the first week. 90 invitations in 90 days will put you in the top 1% of all leaders in our company. That in itself makes you an elitist. That much experience is going to make you know more about inviting people to look at Shop Free Mart than 99% of the people in Shop Free Mart. By the end of 90 days, you are going to be the cream of the crop. following this formula, you know who to talk to, you know what to say to them, and you know how to emotionally handle the rejection you're going to get most of the time. That gives you mastery. Those three things eliminate most people from even playing the game. And finally, these three things are the only things that separate those who earn $10,000 a month and those who don't. And I can just say, I've never failed to earn less than $10,000 a month, usually in 6 months, no longer than a year, when following this formula. And the same will be true for you, folks. If you can just become unattached to the outcome, go out there and talk to people as if you were getting paid $500 per invitation. And actually, when it comes right down to it, over a period of time, you're going to get paid far more than $500 per invitation. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. BreakThrough. Are you there? Can you open it up, Justina?
Hey.
Okay, you're open.
All righty. Wow. Powerful, powerful. Thank you, Mr. Austin. Folks, we heard it today. And all we have to do is implement what we just heard, and I trust that that's what you'll do. Well, again, a couple things I want to say is we've got a young lady, 82 years of age, who joined a week ago, a little over a week ago, with Mr. Langley, who's 86 years of age. And in just about 8-9 days, she has now made ambassador, practicing what Mr. Austin just taught. She has no computer. She has never even tried the product yet. So she's not even a product of the product. She just called the number 646-653-1827. So you might want to write that down, 646-653-1827. This lady said, calling that number, three-weighing people into that number throughout the day is what allowed her to make ambassador in a little over a week with no computer. So I would probably ask you, if you're serious about making a difference, as I believe you are, if you're serious about sharing the love, which I believe you are, then you probably would do the same thing. Write down the number, write down the number 646-653-1827. And she says, I don't just give the number to people. I three-way them in, and they're ready to join after three-weighing them into that call. That's what a lady said, who's 82, without a computer, and who made ambassador in just over a week's time. She has 24 members on her success team, and she has 3 diamonds, a triple diamond. And when I congratulated her, she said, well, Doc, I'm not really into all that. I just want to help people and make some money. So what's the next level? I said, well, you have to get 27 people who order, who sign up with your personal link. And she said, how soon do you want me to get it done? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's what we got to have. So, folks, I'm telling you, you're at the right place, at the right time. I just trust you have the right frame of mind and take the right action, because this vision has to get out. 2 short things, and that is this. First of all, I'm calling on those of you who want to take Mr. Austin serious on a Shop Free Mart breakthrough fast. That's right. A Shop Free Mart breakthrough fast. So there's several folks who have already started the fast, but imagine if we could have, you know, the Bible talks about the land of Nineveh, this place called Nineveh, and every single person in that place fasted, even the young ones. And this preacher that didn't even want to preach, and didn't even Jonah's his name, and just gave this little, you know, sentence of a sermon, and the whole city repented. But fasting was part of the key. So imagine this. Imagine if everybody turned down their plate and you made a commitment. So I'm calling on everyone, all 79 so far callers on this line now, and I'm sure there'll be more that'll be joining in. Would you be willing to do a Shop Free Mart breakthrough fast? Now, you said, what does that mean? Well, first of all, you're going to commit to fasting, and that is whether it's a meal. You're going to fast maybe usually breakfast. You're going to fast and not do breakfast. You're going to fast and not do lunch. You're going to fast and not do dinner. Maybe you're going to fast all day till the sun goes down, right? And so you would fast for a day. Or maybe, like some of others, you'll fast 2 days. And some will fast 3 days. Some will go 7 days or 5 days or 10 days. Some even 21 days. But I talked to Mr. Austin about this, and wouldn't it be incredible if people would turn down their plates but turn up their Shop Free Mart products? The only thing you're allowed to have during this Shop Free Mart breakthrough fast is Shop Free Mart products. So you're going to get your hydration drops, obviously, right? You're going to have your water treated with hydration drops. And so many of our members have testified already that when they fast using the hydration drops with distilled water in glass, oh my goodness, they said, now we can't say it makes fasting easier. Let's just put it this way. It makes it less hard. But if you get focused and learn to pray a simple prayer like I do, Lord, when my body cries out for food, let me cry out for you. And in light of what Mr. Austin just said, let me cry out that my business will be booming and checks will be zooming. Because see, when we say share the love, you can't share the love from an empty pocket. What if there was a homeless person, you wanted to help them, and you don't have any money? You can't, you know, your help is limited, right? So here's what I'm saying. Let's challenge each other to do a Shop Free Mart breakthrough fast. So, and what about you? What would you do? So again, here's the thing. Any and all of our products, and maybe we're going to have Dr. Wheaton come on at the end and just give a few instructions. But any of our Shop Free Mart products, which obviously I have them all, but the hydration drops you've got to have. And here's the key that will help you. And those who have my book, Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed, you'll understand this. Technically, your body doesn't need food. Your body needs nutrients, and nutrients have been locked into the food. The problem is the food that most of us are eating, there's no real nutrients in it because it comes from soil where the nutrients have been depleted. So guess what? So actually, here's how I call it fasting without really fasting, and that is, my friend. You actually are giving your body pure, concentrated nutrients that it doesn't have to dig through a bunch of junk. It doesn't have to process. By the way, the digestive system, up to 90% of your energy is taken in digestion because most people's digestion system is messed up. So 90% of your energy. That's why most people, they have a meal, they fall asleep afterwards or get groggy. So here's what you have to talk to yourself. If I'm not eating, I'm eliminating 90% of the energy my body has to expend in digesting the food and assimilating the food. And now with the Shop Free Mart products, literally assimilation is going to occur within a few seconds or minute at the most. So I'm actually cheating. I'm actually giving my body pure nutrients without it having to work to break down. So it's a fast, but it's really not a fast. It's really, I'm giving my body these pure nutrients. Now, just as a warning, some of you, it's like, doing spring cleaning. Some of you, like your body has just been throwing stuff in that closet, right? It's like, I don't have time, just throw in the closet. Then spring cleaning, you go to open up that closet and clean out all that junk, and here comes all that junk. Some of you may experience cleansing during the fast, so you may have some pimple breakout, you may have some, so what happens is sometimes, and people get scared and then they back off. So watch this, my friend. Just know your body was designed by God to heal itself, but what happens is some of you have just had enough energy for your body to run. The body says, I can't do any healing. All I can do is run. So once you give me some extra nutrients like these Shop-Free Mart products, and exclude eating that stuff you've been eating where I don't have to digest and use 90% of the energy, now I can take that and I can start doing some correction. And so they call it, sometimes it's a people go into cleansing crisis. Or, listen, my friend, but your body is fixing and working on itself. So I'm telling you, my friend, whether you do a meal, whether you do a day, whether you do 2 days or 3 days or 5 days or 7 days or 10 days or 15 days or 20 days. And here's another key. A lot of times when I've done long fasting, I'm like, I'm going to go for just this meal. Then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the next meal. Okay, I'm going to go this whole day. Okay, I'm going to go the next day. Now I'm going to go to the next day. And I'm going to go to the next day. And I'm going to go to the next day. And I'm going to go to the next day. And I'm telling you, my friend, that's without the Shop-Free Mart products. Earlier this year, I went 82 days without one single bite of food going into my mouth. All I did was use Shop-Free Mart products. I'm not telling you to do that. You probably shouldn't. What I'm telling you is, anybody, if I can go 82 days, everybody can go a meal. Everybody can do a day. Everybody can do 3 days. Everybody can do it. Maybe some of you can do 5 days. And what if we all have our concentration on Shop-Free Mart, that God would bless this business, bless this vision, and that we would attract 1 million people that would purchase their products ASAP from this company. That this vision that God's given our leader would come to fruition sooner rather than later. So, I'm the Breakthrough Coach, Chief Breakthrough Coach, so I'm going to encourage you and to do the Shop-Free Mart Breakthrough Fast. Let's have every team member challenge your teams. Let's have people making themselves accountability partners. And let's focus our attention. By the way, and here's a trick your mind will play on you. Oh, I'm starving. I need some food. And I'll say to myself, you know what? Let's say I decide for the next 10 days I'm not eating, right? Okay. Well, guess what? On the 15th, you're going to be able to eat that. Right now, so right now we're not. But on the 15th, oh, you're going to enjoy that. But you got to talk to yourself. You know what? I'm getting pure nutrients, and my body doesn't have to work for it. It's like a juicer. A juicer does electronically what your body does physically. And when you put those fruits or vegetables in there, and out comes the pulp, and then there's just the juice, the life of the flesh, by the way, is in the blood. And so all you're getting is just pure liquid nutrients. Now, I understand sometimes if it's fruit, the sugar content can be a little high for those who are diabetic, so you have to be more in the vegetable. But what I'm saying is this. But I'm saying it's almost similar way. When I've done juice fast, and people don't understand, man, this guy's, you know, it's like he's getting stronger every day. You should be getting weaker. No, not when your mind is right. That's why you've got to have the 21-day breakthrough challenge. You've got to have the 10-day advance challenge. When your mind is right, and then you can do it. So let's, again, Shop-Free Mart, breakthrough fast. Some folks have already decided, like one man, Steve, said he's got about $300 worth of products he's getting from Shop-Free Mart, and then he's going to do his Shop-Free Mart breakthrough fast using the products alone. And he's going to see what kind of results you get. But we don't just want to avoid food. We want to make sure we're putting these products into our body. So guess what? We're going to get some super hyper testimonials. And not only that, you're going to be an example for others. And then as we all put our energy toward one main thing, and that is this vision coming to fruition, God's going to answer and bless in a mighty way. This kind of breakthrough can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. And so that was the first supposedly short thing. Now the other thing is this. I wrote how I'm making my September a super Shop-Free Mart September. And so if you want to make your September a super Shop-Free Mart September, then I'm going to give you a couple of things why, how I'm doing it. And real quick, at www.freebreakthroughpresentation.com, www.freebreakthroughpresentation.com, if you click on September Declaration, you'll get this declaration. I'm just adding the word Shop-Free Mart to it, and maybe I'll just go ahead and rewrite it, put that in there, and have Tom send it out or something. Maybe we'll do that, but just for your hearing, and then I'll be done. So I'm making my September a super Shop-Free Mart September because In God's holy courtroom, I've been declared innocent, although proven guilty without a shadow of a doubt. Now, I don't know if you've ever had to go to court before, whether you got a ticket or whatever to deal with, but if you've ever gone to court and you knew you were guilty and the judge had mercy on you, and I mean, what about even when if you've ever been caught speeding? I'll never forget, I heard one preacher say, when a policeman pulls you over, say, thank you for correcting me and helping me to be better. And so I got pulled over and I said, sir, thank you. So he came up to the window. I said, sir, thank you for correcting me and helping me to be better. And he's like, say what? Say that again? I said, well, thank you for correcting me and helping me to be better. I know I was speeding and, you're going to write a ticket. He said, well, you know what? I never had anybody say that. You know what? Just go ahead. My wife looked at me. She's like, you always get out of tickets. But anyway, here's what I'm saying, though. But I practiced that principle. And so what I'm saying is this. But I knew I was guilty. If you've ever gone and you knew you were. So listen, I know I'm guilty, my friend. But because I've received the shed blood of Christ, my friend, and I've received him as my Savior, now it's washed away. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. 2 Corinthians 5:21 says he made him to be sin for us who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him. So Jesus took my sin on him, gave me his righteousness, and I get to go to heaven because of his righteousness, and I get free access to the throne. I'm telling you, I'm making this a super Shop Free Mart September because I was made a co-creator and a cultivator to have dominion and not to be dominated. Genesis 1:28, God says, and God blessed them. The word blessed means empowered to prosper. And said, be fruitful and multiply, subdue it, and have dominion. Psalm 8:6, it says, thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. So as Adam named the animals, I named my months, my days, my years, my life, Genesis 2:19, and brought them unto Adam and to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. Do you understand now? You can name your month. And I'm naming this a Super September with Shop Free Mart, my friend. You can name it. You can call it. And as God spoke and literally things were creation, we're created in his image. He created creation, and then he created creatures, and then he created us. We're co-creators and cultivators. And so you can create the life. God created the universe, but he allows you to create your own world. And Shop Free Mart is going to give you vehicle and tools and tips to help you. So my friend, you can make this September a super Shop Free Mart September. Why? Because God will work through you to make your words flesh. Just like he did the original word, John 1:14, became flesh and dwelt among us. And wouldn't it be a great thing, my friend, not just to be speaking about a vision, but to be living out the vision. And that's what God would promise to do, my friend. And we have a part in that. I'm making my September a super Shop Free Mart September because I'm exercising courage to conceive in spite of me, boldness to believe because of thee, and taking action to achieve so others can see. I'm making my September a super Shop Free Mart September because I'm committed to passionately proclaim and persistently practice Mark 11:23. Whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed and be thou cast into the sea, shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith. I say I'm going to have a super Shop Free Mart September. What do you say? Say the same thing. As a matter of fact, folk may think you're crazy, but say it with me. I'm going to have a super Shop Free Mart September. Come on, say it with me. I'm going to have a super Shop Free Mart September. If you didn't say it, you won't have it. Mr. Austin just said it. He's going to have it. I said it. I'm going to have it. And I know many of you said it. You're going to have it. Hey, watch this. Joshua 1:8. It says, this book of law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou may observe to do according to all that is written therein. Here it is now. For then thou, that's you, watch this, thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. You can make this a super Shop Free Mart September if you practice the principles. See, God's no respecter of persons, but he is a respecter of principles that are practiced. And Mr. Alton just gave us some principles. He just gave us a plan. And if you practice it, you can get to prosperity. I'm getting happy up in here. Okay, I'm making my September a super Shop Free Mart September because I refuse to walk in depression, doubt, denial, but rather in divine deliverance. By the way, most depression, as you know, is nothing more than dehydration. People call me all the time, even before I even knew about anything about Shop Free Mart. And I would tell them, take 3 consecutive glasses of water and drink. Because what happens when your body's dehydrated, the neurotransmitters can't work properly. It drops you down to a state of depression. 85 to 90% of people that my experience has been, if they drink 3 consecutive glasses of water, they call me back saying, this is magical. No, when you give the body what the body needs, it does the way God designed it to do. And so watch this. So I refuse to walk in depression, doubt, or denial. See, some of you keep doubting, well, I'm not. No. And stop denying who you are. You were made in the image of the Most High. Come on, somebody. So I'm going to walk in divine deliverance. 2 Corinthians 1:10 says, who delivered us from so great a death and doth deliver, and whom we trust that he will yet deliver us. And so I'm going to make my September a super Shop Free Mart September because I'm focused on growing through whatever I go through so I will ensure my breakthrough. Isaiah 54:3, for thou shalt break forth on the right hand and the left. That means not just spiritually, but in the natural realm as well. I'm making my September a super Shop Free Mart September because I choose to invest my time in finding and fueling potential in others, finding and fueling potential in myself, finding and fueling potential in situations instead of spending time finding fault. Proverbs 27:21 is a finding pot to silver and a furnace to gold, so is a man to his praise. But Mark 7:2 says they found fault. You're going to find what you're looking for. So let's be good finders. Anybody can find the dirt. Let's find some gold. I'm making my September a super Shop Free Mart September because I walk in divine favor. Thus I can expect and I will experience sudden, spiritual, physical, relational, emotional, business, intellectual, and financial breakthroughs. Psalm 5:12, with favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield. And I'm making my September a super Shop Free Mart September because I'm paying attention to the subtle clues, and I will take the proper cues that will keep me from suffering the consequences. However, if I fail, my God has and in fact is himself the cure. Psalm 37:23 and 24, steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand. And I'm making my September a super Shop Free Mart September because the giant in front of me is only a midget compared to the God who is for me, Psalm 56:9. My God is for me. And, in fact, the God who's in me, 1 John 4:4, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And in closing, I'm making my September a super Shop Free Mart September because I'm letting the greatness that's been put inside of me by God himself stick out. Philippians 2:13, for it is God which worketh in you both to will and to do of his good pleasure. And I'm making my September a super September, Shop Free Mart September, because I submit my natural to God's super, so he can make this even more than a super Shop Free Mart September. He can, and I believe he will, make it a supernatural Shop Free Mart September. Ephesians 3:20, unto him that's able to do exceeding abundantly above all we can ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. And then Jesus put it this way, this kind can come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting. So I invite you to do your Shop Free Mart Breakthrough Fast using the Shop Free Mart products, having our intention all together on this vision coming to fruition, bringing 1 million buying members as soon as possible to take advantage of the greatest thing that's available to people today in this industry. We call it Shop Free Mart. God bless you.
Thank you, Dr. Breakthrough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a plan. If you do the same thing that somebody else does, you're probably going to have similar results. If you use the same ingredients to bake a cake, the same oven temperature, the same pan, you're probably going to bake a similar cake as the person next to you. So if Patty, who is 82 years old, can three-way people to 646-653-1827 and sign up 9 people in just a little over a week.
Actually, 12.
Couldn't we all sign up 3 people in a week, but doing the same thing? If she did 9 in basically a week, couldn't everybody do 3 in a week by 3-weighing people to that call? Makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, we are in the process of simplifying our Freedom package and putting it on our main site. I think, I'm not sure, we're probably pretty close to having that done. So we have 2 Freedom packages. One is $149 that pays a $50 direct sale bonus. And then our $199 Breakthrough package that pays $75 direct sale bonus. And then each of those packages pay $50 into our special Freedom package unilevel. I'm going to give you some numbers, but the plan is to bring enough people onto this number, 646-653-1827, to sign up 3 Freedom packages in 1 week or less, and for them to commit to do the same thing. So I'm going to talk for a moment about our special Freedom package unilevel. Okay, so the amount being paid into the unilevel is $50. So I've got a little calculator here that gives me some numbers. I can just punch numbers in here and any percentages I want to put in any of the 9 levels. So, and we're working on everybody signing up at least 3 people in a week. So in your first week, you're going to make either 3 times 50 or 3 times 75, which will pay back your own Freedom. So essentially you're getting your products for free just for bringing enough people to this call to sell at least 3 Freedom packages. In addition to that, for those 3 people that you bring, you're going to make another $1.50. The next week you're going to do the same thing. This is just based on 3 getting 3, but we're going to take everybody to the ambassador level, because next week you're going to get 3 more. So you're going to make another $150 or another, $225. And now you're going to make a dollar, you're going to make $4.50 on top of that. Each week you drive this down. By the time you get to the 9th week, that $50 that's paid out will pay you a total of $421,000, $421,395 in 9 weeks. Okay, if one person can do it, we follow that same formula. This is all about formulas. It's all about ratios. It's all about going out there and doing at least 1 invite every single day. If you do 1 invitation every single day, well, just do however many it takes to get your 3. And then we drive this down. That's the money, folks. If we took the numbers and turned them upside down, and that's what most companies do, instead of making $421,000 for the same amount of work, you'd make $17,665. So you're making an extra more than $400,000. How much are you losing in the first 4 levels? You're giving up $490 to pick up an extra $403,740. So you're giving up $490. You're trading $490 for $403,000, and you got to wait 9 weeks to pick it up. So there's the formula, folks. Let's go out and make it a great September. Any other closing words, Dr. BreakThrough?
Let me say, Dr. BreakThrough. Dr. BreakThrough, you're open.
Hey, I was muted. All I can say is amen to everything you said, and the future's so bright. Now, Sammy from Miami asked a question, because several people text me saying, I didn't get the number, give the number again. Is it okay if I three-way the number and we close out the call with everyone listening to this number? And the number is simple, 646. Okay, 646. For those who've been texting me, ask me, 646-653-1827. 646-653-1827. I am going to just dial that number in, and that's what we're going to do. So 646-653-1827. Give me just a second. Here. My name is Dr. Stan Harris. They call me Dr. Breakthrough. And as Dr. Breakthrough, I can't provide the breakthrough. I just prescribe the breakthrough. But when people follow the breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides the breakthrough they desire and deserve. And a breakthrough is exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. Listen, my friend, before I found out this information I'm about to give you, my family and I were paying money to drink water. Now, I literally get paid to get hydrated. See, I know you drink water, but the question is, are you hydrated? Not just hydrated, are you being hydrated at the cellular level? Your body is 75% water, as you probably know, and your brain could be 80 to 85% water. 90% of people today are dehydrated, and half of them don't even know it. By the way, Hosea 4:6, my people destroy for lack of knowledge. What you don't know can and will hurt you. Sincerity and ignorance is not a savior. So let me real quick tell you signs of dehydration. Not urinating or having very dark urine, very dry skin or feeling dizzy, rapid heartbeat and rapid breathing, sunken eyes, sleepiness, lack of energy, dry mouth, dry lips, confusion, irritability, lack of energy, fainting, bad breath, no more tears, loss of elasticity, the skin won't bounce back, body overheating, muscle cramps and spasms, and constipation. By the way, when a person's constipated, the poisons now that are supposed to be expelled from the body are now reabsorbed back into the body, which means you're poisoning your own body. So it's a cell problem. You got 100 trillion cells in your body, and every minute 100 million are dying and being replaced. If the cells get proper nutrition and nutrients and get cleansed, listen, literally the body can be in a place of homeostasis or proper balance where the body now fixes and heals itself. Psalm 103 verse 3, who heals thy diseases. How does he do that? Through the immune system when the body is functioning properly. And so, my friend, listen, it all starts degeneration. The degeneration stages starts with dehydration, which leads to deficiency. Deficiency leads to dysfunction. Dysfunction leads to dis-ease, and disease to debt, and eventually to death. But the number one cell solution, I call them breakthrough drops. We call them hydration drops. It starts the regeneration process. Regeneration means instead of being dehydrated, now you can be hydrated, which will cancel out deficiency, and efficiency will cancel out dysfunction, and proper function now cancels out dis-ease, and dis-ease, my friend, you can now live in ease. The benefits of intercellular hydration. Again, you only get about 4% of nutrients getting to across the cell membrane without these hydration drops. With them, you can get up to 94%. And also helps in the reduction of free radicals and also reduction in acids and toxins which cause pain. It increases oxygen levels and reduction in bacteria and viruses, yeast and mold and parasites. You get improved blood viscosity, and it also can reduce high blood pressure. Listen, it reduces sticky blood and improved nutrient absorption. It regulates the body temperature and gives you better pH balance. It reduces constipation, improves bowel function, and slows down premature aging, improves memory and brain function. You could use some of that, couldn't you? And it also may reduce visits to the doctor and dependence upon medications. One lady I called the other day, and again, she mentioned, the Holy Spirit must have had you call me because my doctor told me I was looking dehydrated. He said getting hydrated would be the best thing I could do for myself. He said, as a matter of fact, a person getting hydrated will do more than any pill or prescription that he could give. So some people have reported this. Drinking water treated with hydration drops first thing in the morning is critical for brain hydration. Drinking a glass of water treated with these hydration drops half hour before a meal increases metabolism and can help with burning excess fat. And many members are losing weight just by adding hydration drops to their distilled water. That's the very best. It'll enhance any water, but especially distilled water. Drinking water treated with hydration drops at bedtime, listen carefully, can possibly prevent heart attacks, which mostly happen at night, and can reduce the tendency of leg cramps while sleeping. There's many topical uses as well. You need to go to www.200diseases with the S, 200diseases.com. Scroll down on the left-hand side, look for SFM, S as in Sam, F as in Frank, M as in Mary, SFM hydration drops. And these hydration drops, by the way, it only takes 6 drops to treat a gallon of water, and 1 2-ounce bottle will treat a whopping 198 gallons. Literally, we're talking about pennies a day. So what are you waiting for, my friend? Do you understand if you ignore your health, it can go away and take your money and potentially your honey with it? You see, you can enhance your water and enhance your life. By the way, Hosea 4:6, when I said people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, well, there wasn't a period there. It actually reads on. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge because thou hast rejected knowledge. I also reject thee. See, they weren't destroyed because of what they didn't know. They were destroyed, because of what they wouldn't know. So don't reject this, receive this. Hey, get back to whoever gave you this information. Say, listen, I want my hydration drops. I'm ready to order. And by the way, you can only get these from an international discounted shopper or buyers club, Christian based, by the way. And they're only $48. And with expedited shipping for $54.98 within 3 to 4 days, they could be at your door, and you and your family could start getting hydrated. Listen, before I got started on this concept, I was paying money to drink water. Now, literally, I've made thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars by getting hydrated and sharing with some of my friends. Hey, it's the start that stops most people. Don't let the start stop you. Get back to whoever invited you and order your hydration drops today. Get your free membership, never any auto ship, never any website free, and get your order in now. God bless you. It's breakthrough time.
With that, folks, we're just going to say goodbye. Thanks for being here. God bless and have a wonderful Free Mart afternoon.